Hello, dear football fans. Today's issue is dedicated to the man who knows the whole world of football, the man who has been called the new Pele, not only in Brazil, but all over the world. The man who has been one of the 3 best players in the world for a long time, but who has never received a single golden ball, as you have already guessed. We are talking about the technical Brazilian, Neymar da Silva Jr., or simply, Neymar. Childhood. 5. February 1992. In the city of Mogi das Cruzes, Brazil, in the family of jeweler Neymar, Sr. and Nadine Santos, was born Neymar Jr. The neighborhood in which Neymar's family lived was no different from the usual Brazilian slums. Poor social conditions, and in our time, the neighborhood in general was a dump where the whole city threw garbage, said the Brazilian's father, Neymar Sr. From an early age, Neymar developed a passion for the game. By the age of 7, he was already a pupil at Brazilian club Santos. Thanks to his unique style of play, Neymar Jr. immediately attracted the attention of many European club agents. As a result, Neymar moved to the Iberian Peninsula at the age of 12, where he spent almost 3 years at the Real Madrid Academy. Friends, before I continue, I would like to ask you to like this video as it promotes the video on YouTube. Do you think Neymar deserves the golden ball? Let me know in the comments and I'll continue. The first person to notice the young talent was Betinho, Neymar's first coach. Neymar was different from most of the other boys, with a brilliant game, ball handling skills, agility, and coordination of movement. In 2006, Neymar and his father came back to Spain, this time for 19 days, during which Neymar attended Real Madrid matches, was photographed with the first team, and even scored for the Royal Club under the age of 14, 27 goals in 2-way matches. In that squad was Real Madrid right-back Dani Carvajal. I remember that moment. Neymar said he would stay with us at Real. We congratulated him and hugged him. Dani Carvajal, 2018. Real Madrid were happy with the young Brazilian talent and offered him a contract, but the deal fell through at the last minute. First steps in the big time. Neymar returned to Brazil to take his first steps in the big time at Santos. It was there that he became one of the club's young stars. Neymar played 4 seasons for Santos, making 228 appearances and scoring 137 goals. In the summer of 2010, Santos received 2 offers from London clubs, but both West Ham and Chelsea turned them down. At the age of 19, Neymar was named South America's Best Player of the Year for the first time, and in 2011, he won the Puskás Award for the Best Goal of the Year. In 2011, Real resumed negotiations for Neymar. There were even rumors that Neymar had undergone a medical in Madrid. Real added an interesting clause to the transfer offer: 2 friendly matches with Santos in Brazil at Real's expense, with the promise to bring all their stars. Again, the deal fell through at the last minute, and Madrid later learned that Neymar had extended his contract with Santos until 2014. Santos took a break from the transfer market, which Barcelona took full advantage of. The Basque Giants made contact with Neymar and agreed with him to move to their camp in 2014, offering him 10 million euros immediately upon the expiration of his contract with Santos, and a further 30 million once he had moved to their club. Barcelona, of course, reinsured themselves and included a 40 million euro penalty clause in the contract in case Neymar changed his mind and did not want to move. In 2012, Real made another attempt to buy Neymar, offering him even more money, but he refused and moved to Barcelona in 2013, a year ahead of schedule. In the summer of 2013, the Brazilian moved to Barcelona, and the club's vice president, José Bartomeu, named the sum 57 million euros, for which they bought the young Brazilian star. In Spain, there were many questions because it was a small amount of money for such an outstanding player, and in the winter of 2014, during the investigation, it turned out that Barcelona actually acquired the Brazilian for 86 million euros. And 40 million of that was paid to the player's family, after which Barcelona and Bartomeu were accused of tax fraud. Neymar made his debut for the Catalan Giants in August in a 7-0 win over Levante, and his first goal against Real Sociedad in September of the same year marked the start of a first season in which he scored 15 goals and set up 15 others. And from 2014 to 2016, Neymar and his mates, Suarez and Messi, began to make history. The great attacking trio of Messi, Neymar, and Suarez made waves in Spain and Europe for 2 years, scoring 122 goals in the 2014-2015 season to win the treble with Barca, and the following year, they set a Spanish record of 131 goals in 3 seasons. In 2016, the Brazilian even signed a new 5-year contract with Barcelona worth 32 million euros, but he was only able to play for the Catalan club for 1 year. and in 2017, he unexpectedly left for PSG for a record 222 million euros. But the main story was still not the amount of bribes the Parisians were able to pay, but how Neymar left Barcelona. Their relationship reminiscent of Santa Barbara, a tumultuous start, mutual love, admiration from the fans, then a split, division of assets, and an attempt to get back together. When he signed a new contract in 2016, Neymar had a clause in his contract that, if all the conditions were met, he would receive a loyalty bonus, something that is rarely asked for after leaving a club. But the Brazilian did just that. The day after his transfer to PSG, Neymar's father flew to Miami to collect the money in the club, anticipating that the court would not let them off the hook, froze the money, 26 million, and handed it over to a notary. Barcelona immediately held a press conference in which the club secretary explained why they had frozen the bonus. Neymar could receive the bonus under 3 conditions. The player cannot negotiate with other clubs before 31st July 2017. He must have publicly declared his loyalty to his contract and to Barcelona. Neymar had to remain a Barca player from 1st September. In doing so, the Brazilian violated 2 out of 3 points and the club logically froze the money. According to Neymar Sr., the situation only accelerated the Brazilian's transition. The case lasted 3 years, and it was only in 2020 that the Catalan Court of Justice rejected Neymar's claim and ruled that the player should pay the club 6.7 million euros. Barcelona, in honor of winning the case, have officially stated that they have no claim against the player. What's also funny is that, while the case was going on, Neymar wanted to return to Barcelona in 2019. Neymar player. PSG. After a few months, Neymar realized that a move to Ligue 1 was a good idea. He quickly got bored of scoring hat tricks against Neymar or Brest, and for the next 2 years, PSG didn't go further than 8 points in the Champions League. Realizing he wasn't happy there, the Brazilian contacted Barcelona and asked to be brought back. Barcelona agreed, but on one condition. He had to drop the lawsuit and publicly declare his wish to return. In the summer, Lionel Messi himself became involved in the saga of Neymar's return, with the Argentine coming to Bartomeu in person to ask for a decade-long campaign. Everyone at the club heard about it, and the Barca dressing room literally blossomed. Everyone wanted the Brazilians' return more than the rumored signing of Griezmann. But the miracle failed to materialize, with some claiming that PSG were unhappy with Barca's offer, and others claiming that Bartomeu did not make an offer, but rather created an illusion. Soon a complete nightmare began at Barcelona. 6 members of the management resigned. Barca owed everyone in the world. They didn't even have the money for Coquelin. But the friendship between Neymar and Messi never wavered. They communicated throughout those years, and when it was clear to everyone that Neymar would not return to Barca, the Brazilian found a solution to reunite with the Argentine. He began to call Leo in Paris and achieved his goal. Neymar and Messi were reunited because their trio lacked Suarez, but they did not need him because there was another beast in the Paris camp, Kylian Mbappe. This trio was once again predicted to win the Champions League and all the titles in the world. Unfortunately, the best they could do was win the French championship and then fail to win the Champions League. In all, Neymar made 173 appearances for Paris, scoring 118 goals and setting up 77 others. Neymar won 12 trophies with Paris, but unfortunately, they were all domestic. Al Hilal. While Neymar's previous transfers have always been associated with scandals, the move to Saudi Arabia in 2023, everyone was happy, you bet. After all, the Brazilian was offered a lavish contract. 1. The player's annual salary, 150 million euros per season. 2. 80,000 euros for every victory. 3,500,000 euros for every positive social networking post about Saudi Arabia. 4. Luxury villa with staff, 3 cars, Bentley Continental GT, Aston Martin DBX, Lamborghini Huracan, for personal use with a 24-hour driver, and 5 cars Mercedes for security. 5. Private jet. 6. All expenses in restaurants, hotels, various services at the weekend at the expense of the club. Under these conditions, what's the point of arguing, right? In 2022, many footballers began to leave for the good life in Saudi Arabia, where the sheikhs are prepared to pay for literally anything. At the end of his career, Neymar also decided to live a life of luxury, even if it was not the same before, and moved to Al Hilal, the main rivals of Al Nassr, where Cristiano Ronaldo plays. So far, Neymar hasn't scored a single goal for Al Hilal, but he has provided a couple of assists and is out with a knee injury. We wish the Brazilian a speedy recovery and weight loss.